Welcome everybody to RBT. This is RBT Rashid's Video Tube in conjunction on JC Rashid's Music Jukebox Center. And I am Rashid the R-Man coming online on social media, Google, YouTube, and Instagram, and other social media platforms. Glad you guys here. Welcome to another spiritual conversation. We having a lot of these lately. Yeah, we having a lot of these lately. I just think we need it. You know, no particular reason, rhyme or reason. It's just I think we need it. You know, it's a lot going on. There's a lot of cruelty going on that the average person might not be paying attention to. When I say that, I mean, in particular, like organized crime is still crime. Well, because it's called organized crime, is acceptable in society. You know, because I feel a type of way. Am I the only one who thought like this? Because a lot of things aren't getting mentioned now because out of fear or whatever like that. Like when they blew up the last buildings, those people were trapped. And that's what I'm about to say, because we felt a certain way about that. But I can't understand why nobody didn't say anything about it. Like, they blew up the land. They said because it was fragile. Dude, it was people trapped in it, and you blew up the fucking building on top of them. I don't give a fuck what the hell was going on here, but everybody saw it, and nobody's saying nothing about it. That they actually demolished demolized the building when people trapped underneath already. And like, what the fuck? It's like you just made a sandwich. You just made a goddamn sandwich. And everybody saw this, and nobody's saying nothing about it. And then they gonna come back and say, we had to do it. And the building was fragile. Dude, regardless, people trapped there. You fucked it up even more. You ain't gonna find no survivors now after doing that. You know, that's dead. So, but it's just the fact that something like that happened and nobody say shit about it. It's just crazy shit. So, let's just talk about something. Let's just talk about things. Try to keep our mind on world events, because you see what's going on here. It's outrageous as far as that vaccine and stuff going, and they're going to dump the schools full of children and every damn thing else, man. So who can argue? You know, who can say anything that's worth justifying on the action of these people that's doing these things? All part of the times we're living in, and the scary part about that is that you have the thought of God is putting it in their hearts to do this stuff. Because in the Bible it says that around this time, Armageddon, God is going to put it in people's hearts to carry out things, you know. Particularly the man, the governments, and they doing this stuff and probably don't even realize what they doing. you know, and you know, we didn't even have. I mean, this summer sucked. You know, we halfway through the summer almost. You might. This sucked. This summer sucked. It's worse than. It's no different than last year. And last year I think we was on some kind of lockdown or some shit. We wasn't on lockdown. I can't remember. But that's what I'm saying. It's no different than last year. You can't say, well, is this summer better than last year? It's the same thing. I don't give a fuck what condition the world was in. It's still the same thing. Still the same fucking thing. I'm not gonna, you know, take these little vacations. And when you take these vacations, it's like you're enjoying yourself. You ain't enjoying shit because you're worried about catching that damn variant, whatever the fuck it's called. So you're not really enjoying nothing when you go out. It just sucks. You might as well just stay in the damn house because you're only out there trying to you out there trying to say in your heart, at least we enjoying, at least we out here, at least we, you know, you just, you know, trying to, you know, do something for your conscience and some shit. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work because everybody's so scared of catching that shit. Everybody's still scared of catching that disease thing. And in the UK, they going crazy. They going. I mean, it's spreading like shit over there. And it really is. And to think it's not going to be here, you just fooling yourself. They ain't going to tell us, though. You know, in my opinion, they ain't going to tell us. Even if it was that crazy shit all around America, they ain't going to tell us. They ain't going to tell us. I don't think they will. I think that time is over. We just got to know it, and that's it. That's just my opinion about it, so I don't know. I don't think they're going to tell us. Right, that's what I'm saying. It could be happening now, but they're not going to tell us. Only thing they fixated on is us getting that shit in our veins. So they ain't going to tell us that the shit is spreading all over the place. Like, they're not going to tell us. Nobody don't have patience to stay in the house and wait. You know? Nobody have patience to stay in the house and wait. They rather just, we're gonna do this shit, you know? We're gonna do that shit. So anyway, last week we did disco. Didn't we do disco? But that was on a picture. We had a disco picture up. Okay, but this we doing spiritual stuff now. So that's fair game. That's fair game. That's fair game. We'll finish this stuff when it's here for you. If your PC is available, you find a good time for it when we start. Okay, out there on the screen. We'll wait. We'll wait. Oh wait. Yeah, this is the computer stuff here. So, you know, they never gonna admit that this is Armageddon starting, guys. They never gonna admit it. Why get into it? We're not gonna get into it. I'm talking about it on the air, stuff like that. No, who in their right mind gonna admit something like that? Plus, it's insane to even think about. I mean, when you think about the whole thing of, okay, this is Armageddon starting. What the fuck? Who in the right mind going to do something like that? So it'll be just a waste of time, dude. One of the reasons why I'm just so overwhelmed with these picture ups, these spiritual picture ups. It's because I'm going to launch. Yeah, that's how I'm going. I'm going to launch Tin Can. You know, I'm going to launch Tin Can, and I'm so excited. We're so excited about it. Fucking ecstatic about it. You know, we're about to launch Tin Can, and I'm really, really excited about it. I'm working on my computer at the same time talking to you guys. You're welcome to my house. Y'all know the routine. Sit back and relax, and don't be so mean. All right, don't be so mean. And I'm trying to think here. Why can't I use my goddamn thinking? Oh, God. My thinking is just way off of shit. My thinking is just not. That's what I'm saying. We have it already. I just don't know where it is. I'm just not. I don't remember where it is. So, yeah, we'll just put it in there until it's time. So, you know, it's a lot of things. I'm telling you, this for my. Let me tell you something, sweetheart. When I was younger, in the projects, this summer kind of reminds me of what it was like. I know that's like, it's hard to imagine what I'm talking about here. But it's the goodness, honest truth. This summer just reminds me of the way it was like. It was just weird. You know, I had one summer in the project that was just weird. It was just a weird experience. It was just a weird experience to be in a project. I don't know. It's just weird. It's just. It just seemed weird. That's all. It just seemed goddamn weird. And this reminds me of it. It really reminds me of it. This is a good movie, Prophecy. This is a good movie. And I love spiritual weekends. You know, spiritual weekends around here. I just love spiritual weekends, man. It feels so good. You know? You know what I'm saying, guys? It feels so damn good. Spiritual weekends. Every weekend we do spirituality. Feels good. Feels real good. Unlike my last video where I fell asleep, I don't think I'll be going to sleep this time. Yeah, that's not when we listen to the shit. Because sometimes it's hard to stay awake when you're so comfortable. When you listen to these, when you actually listen to these spirits, these picture ups, period. Not even, it ain't gonna be spiritual. You just get so lazy and want to go to sleep, and yeah, I mean, God, you're so damn lazy. I want to do shit, you know. And plus the weather, if you're not in air conditioning right now, if you're not in air conditioning right now, the heat makes you lazy, you know. The heat makes you lazy. And all you want to do is just sleep. It's almost like a aphrodisiac. You just want to sleep. Just want to goddamn sleep. So when you look at when you look at these picture ups and you're in the heat, and especially if you're sitting in a chair that's comfortable, you might find yourself falling asleep. You might find yourself falling asleep, you know. And God seeing that one day we're not going to have to worry about time, you know. And that's a good thing. Knowing that very soon now we already see the world changing. You know, we already see the world changing. We know that I just think it's a shame that people can't admit it. You know, I just think it's a shame that people can't really admit that things changing. They see change, and you can talk about it with your congregation in a family sense. Like, hey, you know, things are changing, and look at us, we're still serving the Almighty. And that'll be pretty awesome. That'll be pretty awesome to be able to do that. To say, look how far we came. Yeah, look how far we came. And yet we're still in here serving God, the Almighty. And we're not letting nothing stand in our way or nothing, and letting nothing stop us. And that would be an awesome thing to discuss with your congregation. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying this, that, or other, but it would be awesome to be able to do that with your congregation. to finally see, hey, this is what we've been looking for. And you have somebody to talk to about it in your congregation. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is it. I think this is it. Waiting to see and anticipating. Waiting to see and anticipating. And you might be right. And then you turn around and you say, hey, I might be right with this. It is time. It really is time. You'll be so happy. They'll be so happy. Then you have the other crowd, when they're going to be forced. God said every knee shall bow and confess. So some people are going to be forced to see Christ, to see what's going on. And I was watching some kind of thing on television. I was watching it. And this they skipped to the Bella Gala. A Bella Gala is something like celebrities go to. Celebrities go there. And I remember thinking to myself, that's going too far. I don't know. That's just me. That's just the way I thought. I said, this is way too far. You get these people out here that's wealthy, and here they is on a red carpet in this Bala Gala, whatever this art thing is. It looks like it's bigger. Yeah, it's bigger than the Academy Awards. Bigger than that shit. And he's standing up there, getting these pictures taken and everything like that. And I remember thinking to myself, like, don't you think that's a little too much for a person to be going? That was just what we was talking about. Don't you think that's too much? For a person to be going through? I mean, one person to be going through all that? Standing up there and shit, and it's like, they got all this glory around them. And I start seeing all the paparazzi on the side. And I start seeing, like, they standing up there. That can't be healthy for a person to go through that. It's almost like they God. So, like, they really think they're God. The way that they are, standing on that carpet. I mean, they really think they're God. Like Aaron told Moses, he said, why we gotta keep preaching to Pharaoh? He thinks he's a god. Why were you wasting our time? Because you waste your time with people like that. He thinks he's a god. So of course Moses said, Aaron, have faith. If we do what God asks us to do, it'll be the better. You'll see what happens. And of course it turns out all right. But still, when you get these people, man, and they standing up there on that carpet and all that power, it's like they not people. It's like, dude, it's like they not even people, man. And you kind of wonder, what's going through their head. It can't be a healthy thing for them to go through. It just can't. Wait a minute. What'd you say? That's the point I'm trying to make. Psychological, like real, like getting real with shit. It can't be a fucking healthy thing to go through. I mean, number one, I was going trying to explain that nobody's supposed to feel that way, but God. God's supposed to be in that place, and they acting like that. You would think Jesus was standing there. You would really think Jesus was standing there. You really would. You think Jesus was standing there. And they up there with this, with people walking behind them, holding up they damn dress. So they dress on drag on the ground. It's like, you got to be kidding me, man. That came from weddings. If I'm not mistaken, that came from weddings. So when did it become part of Hollywood? Like, you walking and somebody walking behind you holding up your dress. Little girls do that at weddings. I used to do it on weddings. I don't know if they, probably don't do it now, since Hollywood took it. Because it looks like Hollywood took it. It looks like Hollywood took it, so. And they standing up there with all that majesty, all that power, and they going to the Bella Gala, whatever thing. That attention belongs to God. You realize that. That was the purpose of creating man, so we can serve God like that. All that belongs to God. See, all that attention right there came into play when Adam and Eve disobeyed God and ate the fruit. That's when all that came into play. That's when all of that came into play. Disobedience. Somebody thinking about themselves. That's when all of that came into play. Selfishness. I want the attention on me. That kind of thing. But as a person, as an individual, this is what I'm saying. As an individual, as a human being, but especially, that's it, especially being a human, that doesn't belong to people to feel that way. It doesn't. It doesn't. People are supposed to feel that way. That attention belongs to God. That's why you made people in the first place, and yet man walking around here on the planet Earth with it and handling it and controlling it, and in some cases enjoying it. Because I'll say in some cases, because I'm giving this shit a benefit of the doubt of, they can't be enjoying themselves. They can't be. They can't be. That's bullshit. That's too uptightness. That's too much uptightness for somebody to sit back and say, hey, I'm enjoying this. I don't know. That's just my opinion about it. Ain't nobody could be that fucking uptight and then at the same time say, I'm enjoying this. There's no goddamn way. In my opinion, there's no way. No way. I seriously beg to differ on that. Well, that's like the world. That's like if you only knew how cool it was to serve God. You know, they think serving God is boring. But you don't know how cool it is to serve God. You just don't realize how cool it is to serve God. God is not who you think. I'm trying to tell people, and people think I'm full of shit. People think I'm full of shit, but God is not who you think. He's not. You're way off when it comes to serving God and stuff like that. They say the Bible says God is a happy God. He's more than a happy God, dude. He's a stupid God. He is. I'm gonna tell the truth about shit. I don't care. I really don't care. He's so damn silly. I'm not gonna sit up here and lie. He's a simple God. Very, very simple. Simple. He has a very childish sense of humor. Okay? And you can see that when God brought on the plagues. Even Pharaoh himself said gadflies. I mean, the way he's seen it. When God put gadflies upon the people of Egypt, you could just hear it in Pharaoh's voice. Yeah, he like gadfly. I mean, God is such a silly. Well, that's part of what Jesus is talking about. Jesus said, if you don't turn around and become like a child, namely not knowing good and bad and stuff like that, then you're not going to inherit the kingdom of God. You're just not going to. So it's like it's okay, you know. It's beyond okay when you see how simple God is, and how silly God is. A child. God isn't. You really think he's serious? You really think that God walking around, and I'm gonna just say it, like a white man, like an old white man, like Santa Claus, with wisdom and all? God said the wisdom of this world is foolishness with him. That's what the Bible says. God says the wisdom of the world is foolishness. So why would God turn around and be right? That's what I'm saying. And serious. Like the people in the world. I don't understand it. But that's what people think. That's how they thinking. God is a child. God is simple. See, I know. I ain't gonna tell you how I know. No, I'm not. That's nobody's business. My relationship with God is, yeah, it's totally different. You know, that's your business. But I'll tell you this. He laughs. And when I say God laughs, I mean he laughs. Now I ain't one of these people that say, God spoke to me yesterday. You get some evangelists out here to talk like that and shit. I spoke to God, was in bed, and God told me. You know what he told me? And some people, when you say that, some people believe that. They actually believe that. The evangelist is saying that. I'm not going to be the ones doing that. I'm not going to be the ones doing that. I'm not going to be the one doing that. God talk to me. No. If I heard voices in my fucking head, dude, you know, you start, you know, I'm from the street, and you're a loony bird, you know, you're a loony bird, because God doesn't give. He says, God says in the scriptures that He gives man the Bible only, and that's how He communicates with us, like that. You know, talk to us. In the scripture, they say, God says that in the last days, He gonna pour out His Spirit, and your son shall prophesy, your daughter shall prophesy, and all of these things. That context has been taken way out of hand. It's been taken way out of hand. That's not, well, why didn't Jesus say it? Why didn't Jesus say something like of the like of that was going to happen? Now, we supposed to be following Jesus. That's why He came to earth, for an example and for a role model for us to follow. Or that's why he wouldn't have never came to earth if that, you know, wasn't the case. So why didn't Jesus say that? And another thing too that you got to think about is that if God was going to do that to man, talk to him, give him one-on-one guidance and stuff like that, then why did Jesus come to earth in the first place? Is God going to turn around and do that? That means Jesus sacrifices for nothing. That's another reason why it's questionable. That it's very, very questionable. Because the point of the sacrifice is so we can have a relationship with God. That's the point of the sacrifice. So we get a decent relationship with God, that, you know, this, that, and that, you know, with God, with God. But if God gonna deal with us like this, right, then what the sacrifice is for? Maybe the sacrifice is for so He can deal with us like this. But is that what Jesus said? That's not what Jesus said. That's not what Jesus said. I'm sorry, but that's not what Jesus said. That we're going to be communicate with God one-on-one and stuff like that. That's not what Jesus said. Jesus never said that we're going to be communicating with God one-on-one. God going to be talking to us. Listen for your Father in heaven who's going to talk to you when I leave. Where in the Bible it says something like that at? But you got people confessing all around the place that God speaks to them. I was laying in bed and God told me something. All this. If that was the case, then Jesus, it was no need for him coming to earth. See, Jesus' purpose was teaching us how to handle God, how to serve God, how to look at God, how to view. That's why he did what he did and left, so we could carry on what he left behind. He did two things at once. He taught us how to be a Christian, and on top of that, he sacrificed himself so we could have a relationship with God. So he did two things at once. That was the purpose of him coming to earth in the first place. Those two things. So we could be Moses through the sacrifice he gave. A lot of people don't understand the sacrifices. Why you gotta give blood for blood? Why can't he just survive? See, you need spirit to understand all of those things. Why couldn't Jesus? Why you gotta kill himself? That's another fucking thing. It goes on and on and on. Why did Jesus have to kill himself? Blood for blood. Why did God want animals killed, sacrifice? What's up with that? That don't make sense. It does make sense. It does make sense. You need an atonement. It's a sacrifice, but it's another word called atonement. That's the word, atonement. Where is God's glory at? Where is God's respect at? Where is his overdue worship? That's long overdue. Where is it? Where is it? In other words, let me give you an example. Say you had a child. Okay? Say you had a child. And you told your child, let me see if I can get this story right. Because one of the hardest things to do is explain the sacrifice. That's one of the hardest things to do. And the reason why it's so hard, because you got to be benefiting from the sacrifice to understand what the sacrifice is. Some things in life you can't talk about. In order to understand it, you got to be in it. And the sacrifice is one. It's very hard to describe why Jesus had to kill himself, why they kill animals in behalf of sacrifices and all of these things. It's a reason why. It's a reason why. It had to be done. It's for an atonement also. If you had a child, let me think for a second, because it's kind of complicated. I'm going to try my best to put it in the words. It's not an easy thing to do when you're explaining the sacrifice and why it had to be done in the first place. It's not easy explaining that. I mean, it's easy to explain it, but do you understand it? like right now, if I don't say anything at all, people and spiritual people listening to me right now and say, Rashid, I understand the sacrifice. But do you really understand it? Really understand the blood? Why blood have to be shed for mankind's survival? It's like, do you really understand why that right there? Or are you just carrying on like, I understand Jesus' son, he has sacrificed himself for us, da da da. You know, it's a difference. It is a difference. Do you understand the reason why? Okay, I'm saying it's not easy to explain that. It's very, very difficult. Because it's dealing with atonement also, not just the sacrifice. You have a family. You have a family. Okay? You have a family. And you're proud of your family. I mean, you're very proud. You're proud of your family's accomplishments. You see, you're very proud of your family's accomplishments also. So, you have two children. You have two sons. Let's say sons. You have two sons. And then one day you had to go take care of some business. Okay? And you tell your sons, don't go into the cabinet, that cabinet above the sink. Never ever go into the cabinet above the sink. And your two sons say, okay. They won't go into the cabinet above the sink. So you go take care of your business. When you go out take care of your business, then all of a sudden one of your sons took something, dude. He took something. And he threw it at the cabinet. On purpose. Not only did it break the cabinet door, but what was in the cabinet got destroyed. Now, your sons could have did something. They could have did something to stop this shit. But they didn't. They didn't. So you came home and you saw your cabinet fucked up. And you said, no, y'all didn't do that. So one of your sons said, he did it. I didn't do it. And you looking at that boy like, yeah, but you could have did something to prevent something like this from happening. Either way, it still happened. And you tell your kids, I can't deal with y'all. I can't deal with y'all. Then you turn around and they burn down your house. Your kids actually burned down your fucking house. The other son who didn't do it, he burned down the house. Now you standing out there watching your house on fire and your two sons standing right in front of you. You tell your two sons, I can't fuck with y'all. I can't talk to y'all. And your sons say, Daddy, we're sorry. Or Mommy, we're sorry. You say, I accept your apology, but right now I just can't. So then when you get by yourself, you say to yourself, my children are sorry because they're crying all the time, they're ripping their hair out all the time, and they saying, Daddy, we're sorry for what we did, we're so sorry. You see that they're sorry. But at the same time, every time you try to go communicate with them, it's different. You're like, but you also know that later on in life, when they get older, they're going to be better. They're not going to be the same. They're going to be better. You know, they're going to be better when they get older. Right now, they're children. They're going to be better. So a month passed, 2 months passed, and your children now are really acting out because you're not dealing with them. They too screwed up. They ripped up the cabinet. You say don't touch. And on top of that, they burned down your house. So you say I can't deal with it. I know they sorry and all, but I just can't deal with them. So now, this is what happens. This is what happens. Uncle comes and say he comes from out of state, and your uncle just show up out of nowhere, and your uncle say, "What's going on here?" And you say, "My kids just screwed up every damn thing. They screwed up every damn thing." Your uncle say, "Well, go talk to them. I'm sure they didn't mean it." You say, "I can't talk to them because if I talk to them, and y'all know how it is, I kill them. If I talk to them, I will kill them. I can't talk to them because I will really hurt them if I talk to them. And I mean it, I will kill them. You may not feel that way, but you feel that way. Little, not the real kill, but you know how you get." So your uncle saying, "I tell you what about if I step in there and see what's going on? That means I'll stand in between and everything, and so you won't kill your kids." Jesus Christ! So you won't kill your kids, man. And you say, "What are you gonna do?" He says, "Look, you can't. You gotta talk to your children. They're here now." Okay. I'll stand in between and I'll communicate. And by the time your children get older, maybe you'll have forgiven them by then. I never thought of that. That's what I'll do. Well, he said, "Yeah, I'll do it." So your uncle stays in, and for a short time, he's stepping in. He's stepping in back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Back and forth. He's going back and forth. And now your kids start getting older. And they're getting older. Now you see that they're adults. And now you can talk to them and you ain't got to look at them with an evil eye or none of that shit. Because, what? Because they're older now. And they know better now. And they're wiser now. So now your uncle set up, he did the atonement. You see? And that, my friend, is what the sacrifice is for. You see it now? When Adam and Eve sinned, it was so great. The hurt and the pain was so great that death will be imminent because they disobeyed God. Blood. You see? Blood. Because they disobeyed God. Blood is the issue. People are going to die now because of you or what you did. Think about it. People are going to die because of what you did. He's talking to Adam and Eve. Because what you did, people are going to die. Okay, I need an atonement now for that. Because if I let it pass, what's going to happen if I let it pass? What's going to happen? I'm going to get bad blood. That means whatever dies is going to die with bad blood. So either way, I'm going to get blood, though. But if I get an atonement, meaning good blood, then I can overshadow that with the bad blood that's going to come to me. Do you understand now? Don't forget what I'm telling you guys, because it's easy to forget, but it's very hard to explain. See, atonement. Now I'm getting good blood coming to me, overshadowing the bad blood that's going to come to me. You see, and on top of that, I could have a good relationship with my children now because of it. That's why we thank Jesus so much for his sacrifice, because of what he did. He did that for us. Not only that we could get saved in God's kingdom and learn who God is, but we could be friends with God the way Adam was friends with God. But we have to do it through Jesus. That's why we love him so much and appreciate what he did. Now God could communicate with us like Moses, Lot, and all the rest of the prophets. Now we're able to get saved, because without Jesus we couldn't get saved to enter the kingdom. But now we can enter the kingdom and get saved because of Jesus' sacrifice, the blood sacrifice. Do you understand now? Of course you do. And that's the reason for the sacrifice. A lot of people don't understand it because they say, why blood and this and this and that, and he had to do this. All you got to do is forgive somebody and that's it. It's not that easy. When they sin, God knows blood is going to come back to me because of that. I need an atonement. I need a sacrifice here. And that's when Jesus did what he did. And it worked out beautifully and perfect. And that's the end of that. Nice. Very, very nice. When you get to the point of not believing and not trusting, it hurts God. It hurts him that you don't trust him. Like right now it's Armageddon. I know it's Armageddon starting. This is the crack we've been waiting for years and years and years. No doubt about it. But that's not the point. The point is, do you trust God right now? Why are you running for? What you running? Where you running to? Hey, where you running to? Do you like to see? Like where you running to? You think? Here's a question about that. Now check this out. And this is what gets me upset also. This is what gets me upset. You ever go to work or school or whatever, and you say you're on a diet? You tell everybody you're on a diet. And you go around bragging, I'm on a diet. I'm going to lose some weight. I'm on a diet. And they say, okay, you're on a diet. They're watching you, you know. They're watching you because, lo and behold, they see you eating a donut. Have you ever been through that? Do you know the feeling you get when you tell everybody you're on this diet and then you slip and you know they're watching you slip and they say, oh, they know. I don't. Then you get in your heart. You say, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. You study eating a donut and all knowing they looking at you because you screwed up. You screwed up your diet. You screwed it up. And in your heart, you say, I don't care. You say, I don't care. That's not the point. The point, have you ever been through that before? That's the point. Have you ever been through that before? That's the point. How did you feel? Of course you say, I don't care. But what if you was a success with it? You see the victory right there? You never got to achieve. Now all of this is because you know people were watching you. See? People were watching you. That's what all of this is. People were watching you. People were watching you. Now, when you say, oh, I love my God, I serve my God, I need my God. Just like you on a diet, people are watching you. They watching you, seeing if you're going to smoke. They seeing if you're going to curse, you're going to swear. They seeing, are you going to live up to being this spiritual Christian person, Muslim, or whatever you claim to be. Because you could be Muslim too, especially that. Especially Muslim also. They're watching you, see if you're going to slip. They're watching you, they're going to see if you're going to slip. Just like your views on the diet. Serving God is the same way. They're watching you. They're watching you and they're watching you and they're watching you. Look out that window right now. Look at all this. I'm going to say it straight out, sweetie. I know. Look at all this supernatural shit we're going through right now. And don't lie and hide or justify and say it's not supernatural shit. Oh, it's supernatural shit. 1 minute it's hot. Next minute it's cold. Next minute it ain't even hurricane season yet. And it's supernatural shit going on outside that window. So don't even try it. Guess what? Guess what? Just like if you was on that diet, and people know that you're on a diet, they're watching you. Did you know that? Yeah. They're watching you. They are watching you, and you know what they're thinking? There's a lot of weird stuff going on out here in the world. You would think somebody spiritual would have something to say about something. How does that make God look? Answer me. How does that make him look right now? Think about it. Just think about it. People know that there's something going on, and these people may have never ever studied the Bible before, but they know you have, so they're going to come listen to a sermon. And they're going to think, maybe I could get some answers over there. Let me go sneak over here and see what this guy stuff, what they talking about. And they sneak over there, sit in your audience, and they hear absolutely nothing. In fact, your lectures are carrying on just like Bill Clinton was president of the United States. You don't see a goddamn thing. What are they going to think in the head? They're not. You think people are stupid, man? Do you really think people are idiotic? See, they don't know the Bible, so they can't do it. They don't know the Bible, so they can't say nothing. They can't do it. They don't know anything. They're looking at you. They're watching you. And they see your ass in La La Land talking about the same old bullshit. One day. These are the last days. This is how we know the last days are here. And they sitting back looking at you, and you're thinking they're so damn stupid that they don't know what's going on with you. About how you were saying one day, now we're going through all this shit. And guess who ain't saying nothing about it? You walking around like you blind, you don't see nothing. You think these people don't know that? I'm talking family members, friends, people you work with, and the like. You think they don't know that? How's that making God look? Even if you can't say, hey, you see some weird stuff, maybe it's the Lord. That wouldn't hurt saying that. There's nothing wrong with saying that. But the point is, how is that making God look with you the way you are? How is it making him look? Do you care? These people trying to find answers to this bullshit going on here. You the one walking around talking about something one day, a new world. God gonna do this and God gonna do that, and we're gonna go here and be saved, and it's gonna be a better world than where we live in, and yada yada yada. You the one saying, they not saying that, you saying that. So now when the world at a ray, they gonna look like you eating a tasty cake pie. Hey, look, I'll come over here to get some diet advice, and they turn the corner and you stuffing a tasty cake pie down your damn throat. Because that's all it is. That's all it is. You choking off a tasty cake pie. And they looking at you like, you supposed to be on a diet. You supposed to be not likewise. You supposed to be talking shit now. The man has fallen, dude. And he ain't getting up. You supposed to be blapping your chaps now. This is what you was talking about. And yet you sitting on that damn stage talking about one day we gonna see this and this, talking that same old shit. That's fine. But don't forget what God said about that. Even if you're wrong by saying that, you won't be held accountable for nothing. And on top of that, you might win somebody over to repent. Because they could turn around and say, you right. They could get, when you finish talking, they could slowly get up and walk right out the door and say, oh my gosh, they was right. I hope they didn't see me sitting there, but they were right. I'm of a pit. And you could save somebody's life because you chose to talk about what we're going through right now and how it's abnormal and how we was waiting for a crack in the system. And you can do that. But are you? You see? Jesus said, he who be ashamed of me in front of man, I'm going to be ashamed of them in front of my Father in heaven, right? So if something happened now, I'm not putting no wet towel on shit. I'm just saying now. I ain't starting trouble. But if something happened Guess who's responsible? You know damn well what's going on here. But you do your thing like you don't see nothing, okay? And you carry on like everything all right. And for us who do have oil in our lamps, and we see, we're gonna act on what we seeing. And we wish the rest of y'all guys best of luck. But it just don't make no sense. It just don't make no sense how people are carrying on, Christian, spiritual people are carrying on right now. It's a shame. It's a shame. You know damn well we was waiting for this. And you know what I'm talking about. It's a damn shame. I mean, what's it around here? Do I got to spell it out for you? It's a damn shame, dude. Alright? And with the way God handled you, it's deserved. It's deserved. So far away from this could be Armageddon. So you're so far away from it, and yet it's right the hell in front of everybody. That this could be. I never said it was it. 100%. I never did that. But at least, yeah, that's what I'm saying, sweetie. We're saying this it's something. Just in case it is. And it's sad that some people just can't do nothing but sit back and talk that same one-day bullshit. Half the stuff you talk about don't even exist no more. It's good to get that out. That felt real good to get out. I just say, hey, that's what the people just say, hello. I hear my song, why not? Let me see. I just want to hear it. That's the shit. I just want to hear it. It's just a damn shame, you know? Alright. Music makes you feel so good, man. Even if it's old school. I don't say throwback. I want to say throwback. Fuck that. Even if it's old school. This is cool, man. Hey, motherfucker! And that's funny because God said in the Bible that around this time right here, God's people gonna be celebrating. They say around this time, God's people gonna be celebrating. It's right in the book of Revelation. And the rest of the nations are gonna be looking at these people like, who the fuck are these people? So I'm not saying it's us. I'm not saying it's us. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is I don't see nobody celebrating but us. That's what I'm saying. Oh shit, you know? It says right now God's people are going to be celebrating their ass off because they see something. They see change. It's just screwed up, man. I know we won't be celebrating off this song. I mean, Jesus, man, this is my childhood thing. Yeah, I just wanted to hear this because it's like going through my head, like, yeah, that's the shit. Shit! The fat ass. Alright. Come along and ride. To the land of and I don't know, that's it. How many some people here? That's what the people said. Yeah. Motherfucker, get up on your fat ass. Hey. Come along and ride on a fantastic boat. Slide, slippery slide. I gotta hear that again. Again. slip and slide. That's what the music. That's what I'm talking about. Serving God is more fun than you think. Now I'm telling you, I'm trying to tell you, and nobody, I know that's what I'm saying, nobody listening. They don't give a fuck about it. That Black Widow shit, that failed. That movie failed. That movie failed, man. It's like, swear to God, man, God ain't. Serving God is more fun than you think, dude. That's the secret. That's a big secret, man. It's more fun than you think. God can do what he, just keep in mind, God can do what he want to do, man. Y'all not paying attention. God can do what he want to do. This is his. He can do what he want to do. It's that simple. Now, you can take it for what you y'all don't get it. Y'all just don't get it, man. I saw a documentary about this group, and it ain't all that fun shit the way they talking about right now. They had a hard time then. Yes, Lord. I mean, they had a rough time, rough career here. I mean, they had a rough career. These people here who sing this song. It wasn't all this fun shit. I know that. It's hard to trust anybody nowadays, especially in the music business, you know? I'm not surprised they went through that shit. This is one of the songs we used to dance off of in the projects when that motherfucker brought out his equipment and stuff. Slide, slide, slip it, slide. That's what the people think. On a fantastic voyage. Here, one more time over here. I swear to God. I swear to God. Oh, sugar, Baba. Let's see. That's what the people. Of the future, I'm gonna play it for you. See maybe we'll get into some Bible discussions next time, and we start talking about some Bible stories. Because one of the mysteries of the Bible, one of the mysteries of it, is that the thing about what is it? Defilement of the flesh. I was a Jehovah's Witness, and I'm thinking that we use those scriptures only. You know, there's certain scriptures that we use those scriptures only. That's what I'm thinking. That we use those scriptures only. Then I find out that all religion, even Baptists, Catholics, they all, since we are destined to inherit these things, let's put aside every defilement of flesh and spirit. I'm finding out that all religions, not just Jehovah's Witness, say the same thing. But I'm thinking as a Jehovah's Witness that we the only ones that say it, And it's just amazing how connected everybody is. But everybody has a different religion. But you'll be surprised how many Baptists are friends with Jehovah's Witness, how many Jehovah's Witnesses are friends with Catholics, how many Catholics are friends with Muslims, and they talk Bible stuff and share verses, and you'll be surprised. But yeah, when you get in service, you think your religion is the only one to say and do certain things, and you'll be surprised, man. So that's what's freaking me out about it. That's just really freaking me out about the situation. It's such bullshit. Maybe next time we'll get into discussion of that. Maybe we will. What is this bullshit? Such bullshit. I want to thank you guys for tuning in, though. This is awesome. This was nice. This is celebrating Tin Can that's coming up soon, guys. That's what the people think. Yay! Serving God is a celebration. Ain't no condemnation shit, dude. But you'll find out on yourself. God can do what He want to do. You better open your eyes and recognize, dude. He just a being just sitting up there and want everybody to be serious all the time and don't sin and all. You really think God like that, huh? Well, this world in for a big fucking surprise, dude. That's all I got to say. I ain't saying shit else. Wait till you find out. That's all I got to say, man. I ain't gonna see nothing else. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. We're gonna do this again. I don't know if we're gonna do it tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe we will. Maybe it depends on how I feel, man. I don't know. I might do a regular picture up tomorrow. I don't know. It depends on how I feel. Thanks for tuning in. Stay spiritual, guys, because we in for a big surprise. Trust me. I told y'all to trust me, right? We in for a big surprise. Okay? Just stay tuned. Take care, guys.